Morning breakfast in Twickenham. Mushroom omelette, how about that? So it's time to leave Twickenham. I got on the bus outside the flat this morning. Took the bus in, that bus there, all the way into Pools on the Park. Didn't really know what Pools on the Park was, but I guess it's obvious. It's a swimming pool complex just on the outskirts of Twickenham. So I'm going to take a walk back in to the main area and see just how far it is. Across the road is a big rugby field. So there's the swimming pool, Richmond Physio, coffees, they got a little stall there. Kids going in swimming, car park. When I came up on the bus, I saw it got really busy and it looked really nice, real big like high street shopping. And I made a note of it and it was George Street. And then about 20 seconds later I realised why it all looked so nice and that, because it was the top end of Richmond where I hadn't been. So if I did come this far out, Richmond I think would be the place. Travelling back last night was no fun at all, but I wouldn't travel back at night. I'd go in and see friends in the daytime, not every day, and I'd try and again break that habit of being in Soho all the time and drinking all the time, because that's what I did last night, forgetting that I was on antibiotics for my toothaches. I've got to have a tooth pulled tomorrow, and I'd had a big swollen jaw for about a week, so I was on antibiotics. You get to Soho and you forget all about bloody antibiotics. I had a lovely Sunday roast with Jane and John, and there's the golf club. I actually, going off on a different tangent, I thought, oh, I could maybe join that if I lived out here. No, I don't think I could. I think it's like huge waiting list for people and they got to be nominated, and if you want to play individually, I believe it was £78 a round. So you can get better value flats out Richmond way. What you can't get is cheap golf. And here, look, this is Fuller's London Pride, Richmond and London Scottish Rugby. Saturday, Richmond are playing Ealing Trailfinders. So there's the rugby pitch. Let's go out this way. Yeah, so I keep bloody saying it and it's pointless, but I do want to generally cut back drinking, and it was one of the reasons, very small reason, thinking about, well, if I leave Soho I won't drink so much, because everywhere you go there, any invite out for anything usually involves alcohol. So getting a balance on that would be alright. So living out here is a possibility, because it really is like living in the countryside. But buses, yesterday in total I spent £13 on undergrounds and buses, so that would all be free. That transport and me getting around town would be very, very valuable. I'm up here, I know exactly where I am up here. I videoed the top of this roundabout when I was here last time, so let's go up there and walk back into Richmond train station. Just got to show you these. Look, these are the back of the rugby ground. Look at this, absolutely fabulous. There's a squirrel going up that tree as well. But these houses here, so there's a little detached house here, look, amazing. The most beautiful rugby house, 2 foot road. Squirrel's gone up, look at that. Gothic cottage, it certainly is. Stunning. All round there, look. Quite nice if you did get a membership of the golf club, but I don't know how many bloody thousands of pounds it'd be. You just wander over the back and in you go. Wow. Yeah, that's a wow. Okay, let's hit this big roundabout up here and get back over to Richmond. Mate, I could spend an hour or so in town today. which might be quite useful. Look at the windows. Beautiful. It's called Petite Q, but someone was sat in there, so didn't really want to be seen videoing it, but I'm only videoing the beauty of the house. Look at these. On a really horrible bit of road, really, but sold and for sale. Saxon King. Let's see how much. Oh, that looks really knackered inside. Let's see how much that one is then, shall we? I'll put a link in the description. It's empty. Oh, that would be a... That would be an investment and a half. St John's Grove. It's going to be $1 million, even though it's knackered. Look, windy. It's had splints of wood put in to repair it rather than doing it properly, but it's a little end of terrace. Garden got quite a big... it's going to be £1 million even though it's fucked. If anybody wants to go in and do a deal, little investment deal, let me know. If it's £1 million, I got about 1/10 of the money. And those cottages over there, I did video them last time. I walked up there and did them. Then I walked up top and got on the bus to Baron's Court, I think. Okay, we're green, we're good to go. So that's that big roundabout. We've been here before. See the people, they're just going over the road. Guy with a blue hat, red scarf. I saw him walk out of one of those lovely houses, so I ended up catching up with him and had a quick chat with him, told him he lived in such a beautiful place. We had a good chat. He acknowledged my shoes, and he had a pair of two-tone shoes on himself. Looked very smart, looked very dapper. So we returned compliments, had a good chat. Maybe he's going to be one of my neighbours soon, who knows? You never know. So we got Robert Dyer's in Didcot. That's the little area I walked through there when I found that pub where I had the sausage and mash, because I am back in Richmond. But when I got up on this corner, I didn't go all the way down where that bus has just come from, so I'm going to go down there and have a little mosey around and maybe find somewhere to have a coffee after my omelette breakfast in Twickenham. Keep going, mate, don't worry about me. Yeah, Tesco's Express. Look at the building Tesco's Express is in. Fabulous. I can't actually remember whether I videoed this part of the street or not. I've got a Dara. I am back kind of buzzing a little bit about this area, because you could if you, as long as I was with very, very close walking distance to here. There's the church through there where I went through. It's all making a bit of sense now. Again, they've got all the shops in the world. Jewellers. I'm going to go right down the bottom. I definitely didn't come. I definitely don't think I came down this far last time. Corlands the Jewellers, established 1881. Look. There's a nice little street there, look. I know that'll take you exactly to Richmond Green, and it tells you all what's in there, look. That'll take you to Richmond Green. Love all this old clobber, don't I? That old clock, look. Only 200 quid. Yeah, that's all. Right. Loads of opticians and dentists I've already seen. You've got the post office up here, Marks and Spencer's. I mean, this absolutely is a thriving, busy community. And as long as I wouldn't mind living above a shop or whatever. Absolutely no problem. Especially if the price was right. Boots. Another interesting little lane there, look. I'm actually not going to get distracted this time. I'm going to stay on the main shopping street. Because I do love an old building to distract me. Marks and Sparks. Lovely old Edwardian building. I look at the stonework on this building here right in front of me. It's another wow. We can definitely give it a wow, Reese. There you go, you don't need to go to Oxford Street, it's all here, mate. Star and Garter. Star and Garter, look, from the woods. It's not the Star and Garter in Poland Street, is it? Jumpings on ice. Richmond's Kew Palace, the green. I did go, maybe I went through there because that's again Richmond green through there. But I'm not going to be distracted. Barclay's still open here. That's a bit of a result on its own, isn't it? Closing everywhere else. I'm sure eventually they'll close there. Goes back to that thing, look, could you try a year living somewhere different? Yeah, you could. I could. Now I'm actually confused whether I walked it or I just saw this on the bus, but Posh Pawn. Oh my God, they got a roaster, look, that's my watch. It's a bit different version than mine. It's nice. Love my watch, it was my nan's. When my nan passed away, my dad gave me and my sister money and said don't waste it on clothes, buy something to keep. And we did, we both bought Cartier watches. What a great investment. I walked around that way, didn't I? So I probably did walk past Posh Pawn before. And I'm gonna, even though it says stop, we're gonna go this way. This is a bit of road I definitely didn't do. Dentist, there we are, look. Wonder how much it is to get your teeth pulled in there. 500 quid in Didcot. After I bloody paid me £100 deposit, I did find somewhere that would have pulled it for 350. But I'd already paid £100 deposit at 500, so there's the Ivy. One for Deep Sister. She said, oh, you didn't show the Ivy. Look at that there, look at that building. And opposite the Ivy is, again, all the old-fashioned second-hand jewel. You can bet your life there's plenty of good quality stuff in here. David's the Jewellers. Maybe I'll put a link in the description. Look at it all. Beautiful. Those old cameo things. My mum used to. She didn't have expensive stuff like that. Well, that's not that expensive. 150, 250 quid. She used to have some stuff with that white imagery on, whatever it is, of the lady. Signet rings. Oh, they got some lovely rings. Fancy that, a bit more quality than even my. Quite like my ring, but these are genuine gold or silver, proper jobs. Now that's the side of the Ivy there. And I said I'm not going to get distracted. I'm going to go up there. It doesn't look as interesting. When I come back, I'm going to go down there as well. So, I'm going to go up here just to get to the top. There's a Cote here. Cote, C-O-T-E, the restaurant. Probably pronounce it different here. Soho has one of them. Good, reasonable value for money. Bone Daddies. Everything's here, mate. Everything's here. Charlie Chaplin, fine art. Mr. Brainwash. Sort of on the outskirts now. There's a Nando's up here. Another restaurant and bar. So I'm at the top of the road now. Gonna go a little bit further, but there's another cinema just here. That's the second cinema. Ormond Road. This is Hill Rise. So gonna go down there because I know what's down there. I've seen it. But you guys haven't yet. Could have gone down that street because there's a church there. Still desperately trying not to get sidetracked. But I'm not going to go much further up here purely because this is about the almost the end of it. Look at all those shops up on that hill there. Antiques and it's amazing. The Fat Badger. So yeah, I'm not going to go any further than this. You can tell you're going out of the last part of the town. I'm going to go back into the town and do a left. Just before I go left, I missed Bill's. So you got Bill's here as well. And then when you turn left, look what you got. There's the front of Bill's. Look what you got. You got the river. You've got a bridge. Am I going to go right over it? No. Will I go halfway? Yes. Richmond Riverside. Picture and piano right on the river. Imagine that in the bloody summer. Picture and piano right on the riverfront. Nice little relaxing area there for tea or coffee. There's obviously a cafe underneath there. Going to cross over, get a closer view of that. Oh yes, lovely little boats there. Ham House, 1.5 miles. There we are, Rochelle. Once again. Once again, I'm not going to make it. 1.5 miles is too far. Going to stay in this area. Some Peroni outside taps I can see. Just going to stay in this area, go back into the train station is, and get coffee, and then start heading back to Didcot. Thailand or Richmond? What do you think? There's the Odeon, look ahead. Really, really beautiful. Richmond is beautiful. Richmond Riverside. They have a market every Saturday and Sunday, 11 till 4, 10:30 till 4. So I just wander in and out of here just for the sake of it. I've got my case with me, so I lift it on these cobbles. These are great, aren't they? Cobbled stone, Heron Square. Oh look. Oh, Hill House. You can go in through here. I would say that's the way into places like the Picture and Piano and that, look. Yeah. Richmond Riverside. Beautiful. And that's up into town, where I will go. Lifting my suitcase. Ah, look. Richmond on Thames. Is that the River Thames? That's why they call it Richmond on Thames. Let's go. Back out, car park there. Entrance to the car park. And then you're back out into all the shops. And that bus, I missed the front of it. It goes to Heathrow, Terminal 5. So I can get on a bus free of charge and get to Heathrow Airport. That's pretty good. Or I can get into Ealing Broadway, full well. So it's a bit noisy here, but I couldn't leave Richmond. This is the end video now without showing you. That's the back of the property. When I was in Spain, that sparked my interest. And I think there would have been a lot of inherent problems with them, really. That's a little walkway into them. Basically, it was a little one-bed place. I'll show you it round. That's the trouble, they leave all that shit like a mattress in your little back garden. Why would you do that? There was a one-bed, small bathroom, small lounge, had an open working fire, which I sort of fell in love with the thought of. A masonette with its own entrance and outside space, and this is where it is. And it was that one there that Chase Buchan Success. They rented it. It was 1,350. Now I know some of you northern folks are still going to go, that's ridiculous, but for London and central London and to be on the underground, that was super cheap. I think it was number 17, and its own little doorway. Look, I guess in hindsight it would have been drafty and all the other different inherent problems, like all the moss in the guttering. That one over there is being refurbished. But when you consider how close this is to the centre of all the shops, I did really like it when I looked at it. But before I could get back from Spain, it had already gone, because at 1350 you're not going to find anything around here for that. And as I say, there will be problems with it, but look, there it is. And then you walk down here, you can see Boots. It's about 100 yards, and you're bang in the middle of the shops, the main shopping centre. Took me down to the ground. That gave me the wow factor when I was in Spain, but they had an open viewing before I even come back to Spain, and it rented straight away. So there you are. There's the street up there, 100 yards, and you're here, boom. For location, certainly, that would be everything. See, Craig, they've even got a postie doing the same job here, look, out with his trolley. Look at these buildings here. I could video these buildings all day and all night, really. Greyhound House. Greyhound House, that looks lovely through there. Link in description, Greyhound House. When I write the description, I don't know how many people look and realise, but I think the links are invaluable because it gives you the information that I don't know about the different restaurants, bars, buildings, history. So, the two wardrobes, wardrobe 1 and wardrobe 2. Tesco's Express. Tucked away, look. Whiskey and Wealth Club. Little private members club, I should imagine. Can't stop, can I? I looking for someone to have a little coffee, and see they got Nationwide, and of course they got a Whole Foods. Of course they'd have a Whole Foods here in Richmond. What would you expect? Coffeeology across the road, look. Can you see it? And Dexter's. Let me have a quick little look in Dexter's. Then I'll probably go to Coffeeology. It's a toy shop up there, old-fashioned toys. It's pretty special. There you go, look. Just right for me. Water controlled, 1-bedroom flat for the over 55s. 295,000. Now, one day I might have that sort of money to spend because I have a warehouse that I'm renting and need to sell. So yeah, I could go and get the old pensioner's place. That looks nicer, doesn't it? Ground floor, 2-bedroom. Oh, it's another Warden and Cisco, 350. Ground floor. Let's go for it. Or let's not. Now, it's all this sign here. It says our coffee is very, very good. You should definitely have some. Now I could go to Cafe Nero, the chain, but I think I'll probably go with this one. On the other hand, I'm not sure there's a bloody chair in there, that's the only problem. Yeah, I was right, there's no chairs in there, so I might have to go to Cafe Nero, which would be a shame, but this is an Argentinian steakhouse. Like a bit of meat, don't I? And we're back at Robert Dyer's. Getting lost myself. There you go, look, I'm frightened to go in. 1,500 quid, newly refurbished, 1-bedroom masonette, private entrance, reception room, dining room, modern fitted kitchen, newly updated upstairs bathroom, fabulous town centre location, moments from the shops. That would suit me, and it's 1,500 quid. The problem is if I go in, I may well just bloody rent it, and I don't quite want to do that yet. There's a 2-bed there for 1,750. That's let. These are beautiful, but they are further out. Look, 2-bedroom conversion flat, large shared garden. How nice would that be? 1,695. You won't get nothing like that in bloody central London. 3-bed house, 1,850. Overlooking Twickenham Green. You can see me in there, can't you? Newly refurbished, ground floor, 1-bedroom flat, heart of Richmond, updated kitchen, bathroom, flooring throughout, moments from the bars, restaurants, shops, 1,450. Sign me up. Let's let. So I couldn't get in the little independent cafe, so I come to Cafe Nero. Treated myself at dinner. Look. Brunch, lunch, coffee, really nice in here, and then I'll be heading off to Paddington very soon. There we are then, that's the end of Richmond. Really, really nice still. Just been in that to go in that Cafe Nero, and there was a gang of old boys in there, a bit older than me, all chattering away, all London boys, Cockney accents. One sounded like a black cab guy. So there's a little gang of people to hook up with. But really, it's just really nice around here, and there are places under 1,500 quid, and if I could be this close to the town, I might give it a year. Maybe not quite yet, because I might do a bit more travelling, but eventually it's a possibility. Richmond, train now to Paddington, then back to Didcot Parkway.